What up, though, y'all? What's good? Welcome to the What Up, though show. It's your boy, Dame D, and I am back with another one. I have a few guests that's going to join me in the studio. I'll allow my guests to introduce themselves to the show. You guys can go ahead.
Big Hen from the 313. What up, though?
Q Nitty in the house, 313.
There we go. There we go. Well, first and foremost, I want to welcome you guys to the show. Today's topic is, will the Detroit Lions even make the playoffs? We're coming off our first, I believe, back-to-back losses of the season with that loss to Green Bay last week on Thanksgiving. Y'all good? Okay, yeah. So we're coming off that Thanksgiving loss last weekend to Green Bay, and we got Dallas coming into town tonight. And I'll start with you, Big Hen. Give me your thoughts on tonight's game. Will the Lions even make the playoffs? In my opinion, man, we struggling. You got St. Brown that's going to be out tonight. You got Sam Laporta that's out for the season. Our DB, our safety's not going to be there. We got a lot of key injuries. It's pretty much almost like how it was at the season last year. Give me your thoughts and your thoughts and opinion on tonight's matchup game, Big Hen.
I just feel like it's going to be a tough one for us, man. Like you said, we got so many people out. I mean, and so many important keys to the puzzle for the Lions. So right now, we're going to have to pray to the Lion gods on this one because it's looking real tough. I'm trying to be optimistic about it. You see, I got my Lion scarf on. I pulled it out, trying to represent, getting my energy up. But I ain't gonna say it's that who we playing. They definitely not a better team than us. We just got a lot of injuries right now that might offensive line. You know what I'm saying? We got issues.
Yeah,
so I don't
we
know.
got a little good news last week with the offensive line. We had our what's his name? Was it Ragnu who unretired? And we don't know if he's going to be in tonight's lineup. But 8-313 said, "What up, though, my good brother?" So he said, "Nope, no playoffs." And I agree with him, man. The way that we fell apart these last three games, I'll say the last two games, pretty much, especially with that last game week loss to Green Bay, it eliminated us. It eliminated us from actually making from winning our division. So we will not be able to make the division. Now we are in the hands of the rest of the teams to see what they're going to do for us to even make a wild card. So Q, give me your thoughts on tonight's matchup. Give me your thoughts on if we'll even make a wild card game.
Tonight's game is going to show you a beat up Lions team. We beat up, everybody out. I don't know what we're going to see tonight. I don't know. They come together and play as a unit, as pros, come out with the W. Wild card, yeah, it's still out there for us, It's still right there. The other guys got to step up and play. But, we'll see.
Yeah, man, but you got to look at the rest of our schedule, man. If we can't, you say you're going to ride with them? I mean, I'm riding with them too. I'm just looking like how we've been looking, pretty much all season, man. We've been up and down, and then I was just watching some of the statistics on our pretty much the last four games. Anytime Jameer Goff is under 4 yards a carry, we will lose the game. And see anything over that, we win the game. We have to start off with this running game. And Dallas defense, they've been stepping up the last few weeks, man. They're trying to make a playoff, bid themselves. So you give me your thoughts, man. Like how will we be able to overcome? Because Jared Goff, man, he's pretty much got happy feet. Since that Minnesota game, which I've been saying this the last 3-4 weeks, teams have pretty much mimicked what Minnesota did against us with their defense on trying to disrupt Goff's in the offensive line. And ever since we played Minnesota, they pretty much opened up and gave the playbook to the rest of the league is how to disrupt Goff. You know what I mean? So give me your thoughts on that, man. Will our offensive line be able to keep Jared Goff upright? You know what I mean? And just go back to that Minnesota game and just think about it. Most of the teams that we've played, they mimic their defense of what Minnesota did to us that game. Give me you guys' opinion on that.
Yeah, Q was just showing me the lineup, and it's a lot of questionables. But I think them boys, everybody that's injured. Everybody gonna try to play, even if they hurt right now. So I think St. Brown might even show up. I seen an interview with St. Brown saying that if he can play,
Oh,
he
they
gonna
saying
play.
he out.
So, no, I seen an interview
Yeah,
with him
from what
earlier.
I'm hearing, they're saying that he's out.
Well,
If
I
we
don't
get
know.
any chance of winning this game, we definitely going to need him. So hopefully, I'm wrong, but from what I was reading, they're saying that he's out for tonight's game. Joseph Kirby, he's going to be out. We just got a lot. We've actually have more injuries.
Questionable.
Brian Branch questionable. So you remember that one game that our whole defense, it was what, 3 games ago when our whole defense showed up and it was only a few key players out there and they came up with the win. We gonna need a game like that. You know what I'm saying? Where the defense come up.
I agree, man. We're gonna need a great running game today. We're gonna have to keep Jared Goff upright. But they got what's his name? The defensive end over there, man. He's been stepping up. He's an old school veteran, but he's gonna be pressuring and putting a lot of hurries on Goff, man. This offensive line, they got to step up. What are we going to do to be able to keep Dallas defensive front five, from not exploding these linebackers from getting at Jared Goff, man, to be able to keep him upright, because J-Mo going to have a good game, especially if St. Brown is not in there tonight.
How he was getting them passes out too. Yeah, that's what he's going to have to do.
So, so tell me what is this offensive line is going to be able to do against Dallas defensive five front to be able to keep Jared Goff upright this game? Give me your thoughts.
Well, they got 2 dominant D tackles over there now through the trade and all that. So them guys been playing. So the run ain't gonna be what you think it's gonna be. It's gonna be tough trying to run, and our offensive linemen ain't all there. Might not all start. So ain't no telling, D. This might be a blowout. We might get an ass whooping this evening. We might take an ass whooping tonight. Lions. We might take an ass whooping. We might take an ass whooping.
I mean, shit. I mean, we've taken an ass whooping the last 2 games. So tonight was
we ain't lost the last 2.
Dallas might blow us out.
No, we lost to Green Bay last week, and I believe we lost to the team the week before that.
Yeah, they ain't lost 2 straight yet. But what I'm saying,
I believe we're on a 2-game losing streak, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
we on 2-game losing streak.
We is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, bro, you tripping. We on a 2-game list. We have not lost 2 games back to back all season long, but when we lost to Green Bay last week, they gave us back-to-back losses.
Yes, they did.
Oh, we ain't on no back-to-back loss.
Yeah, we on a 2-game losing streak, bro.
Yeah, 2-game losing streak.
Yeah, because we lost to Green Bay, and then the week before that, we lost to No, you know what? I think we played New York, and we may have beat New York.
Yeah, man, y'all tripping.
I ain't tripping.
Man, y'all tripping. The Lions ain't lost no 2 games straight.
Correct me if I'm wrong. 8 Mile 313. Correct us if we wrong. We here. Let me look up. I'm about to look up the Lions stats
right now. We on a 1-game losing streak.
I know last week we played Green Bay, and then the week before that we may have played the New York Giants, and we beat them.
We lost to Philly.
Okay, so we lost. Yeah, that was Philly, then New York, and then so we have not lost back-to-back games. So this will be tonight game definitely is more important than last week game, which we needed to win last week game to actually even keep pace to be able to win a division. But Big King, give me your thoughts on tonight's matchup. How will the offensive look against this defensive front five?
I just told Q we gonna have to do what the Green Bay quarterback did. He was getting off those real quick passes, and that's how Goff gonna have to do it. If they rushing him like that, he's still gonna have to. I think short passes to Gibbs and Jahmyr Gibbs gonna have to have a 200-yard running game for us to win. Yeah.
Yeah,
200 yards.
And listen,
y'all heard it from me tonight. Jahmyr Gibbs gonna have to do 200.
Said the Cowboys are clicking right now, and the Lions are limping. That's a fact. But yeah, man. It's going to be rough. It's going to be a tough game. My whole thing, 8 Mile 313 said it's about to be a 2-week slump. Yeah, man, because Dallas, they rolling on all cylinders coming in tonight's matchup. You know what I mean? One thing we do have, going in tonight is it's a home game, but for the most part, man, we're injury riddled. Our main receiver is out. J-Mo is going to have to step up, man. No drop passes tonight from him. And the thing I want to ask you guys next, man, if Dallas come in there and disrupt Goff tonight and we cannot keep him upright, because we've given up, I believe the offensive line the last 2-3 games has given up over 9 sacks. Will people start looking like, look, can Jared Goff take us to where we need to go? Or do we need to start investing and looking at a new quarterback in this upcoming draft?
They're already talking like that, I believe. I just feel like in the league where we in, you got to have a quarterback that's mobile because everybody getting deboed by defenses. Good defenses right now is destroying teams. So with the Lions, they, like you said, we had one team figure us out, and that was the blueprint to Jared Goff. So now we know we got to go spend some money on the offensive line. We still got him for the next 4 years. If we gonna keep Jared Goff back there, because who you gonna get that's better than him right now? It ain't a lot of good picks. That they just got to build an offensive line around him. He get happy feet when he get pressured.
Yeah, man,
That's
because
just
I'm
what
gonna
it
be
is.
honest, man. We got Chicago that's actually in the #1 spot. We got teams that's ahead of us that actually should not be ahead of us, man. Right now, teams are keying in on Jared Goff, man. They're disrupting him. Like I said, Minnesota, gave the rest of the league the blueprint on how to slow Detroit down and how to disrupt our offense. And meaning that you send in mass blitzers pretty much every other down to be able to disrupt him. And pretty much he's not going to be able to get the ball downfield. When you got linebackers constantly blitzing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he need time to throw it, and the whole thing is
Exactly.
if he gonna win this game tonight, he gonna have to figure out a style where he getting them passes off quick. Whether they coming or not, you got to be ready for that. You already know the line beat up. He gonna have to pull his inner strength out himself because tonight he can't just be the regular Jared Goff.
No, at all. And I'm gonna ask you this question, Q. Going forward, in tonight's game, who do you think, just far as like our offense, man, like who do you look to that's going to be able to, step up and be able to replace St. Brown. We know J-Mo is going to have to step up, but and I've said this weeks ago, he's been having a lot of problem with dropping balls, man. We need guys out there with sure hands that's going to be able to pick up them third downs, man, because that's what's been killing us. We have not been good on third downs this season, and even fourth down. So my main question to you, Q, it was some more questionable calls last week on fourth downs that Coach Dan Campbell still's been going for. So do you think Dan Campbell need to quit with all this going for it on fourth downs and just play football and go with the points? Because there was a few plays that was questionable that we should have went for the 3 points, and just took the points and played football.
Who I want to step up, the first question, who I want to step up tonight to play big in St. Brown's spot, I would like to see Tesla.
Okay.
I would like to see Tesla step up, see what he got, Also, I would love for Montgomery to get a lot of more playing time tonight. I think this one of these games that's for him, pound, man.
Yeah.
No, I agree because he's been missing in action the last 2 games. Go ahead, my bad, Q.
And then the second question was, what was that question again, D?
The second question is the call, the questionable calls.
Okay, the fourth down call. I'm sorry. That's me. The fourth down calls. Dan gonna be Dan. He got a wheelbarrow on the sideline with his nuts in him. So that's what he do. I'm riding with him. Go for it. You ain't got nothing to lose. We Detroit Lions. So yeah, I'm riding with him on that.
They say you live by the sword, you got to die by the sword.
So yeah, and then as far as like the defense, what you were saying, can we do with their offense? I mean, our secondary, Arnold out, You know, we don't know if BB gonna play. You know, our linebackers, the front still there, but we gotta get some pressure. So guys got to step up. So we
Yeah,
got
we
no
have
safety.
not
We
been
might
getting
not have
pressure to
no
the
safety.
quarterback, man.
What's so
The last
crazy?
few weeks. So I agree with you. 8 Mile 313 said, "Do we have money paying Hutchinson, Gibbs, and J Mo is something to look into." I agree. I think we spoke about that a few weeks ago. We got a lot of free agents coming up at the end of the season that we're going to have to, pay. But man, look, if we can't get it done, these players are going to be looking to go on elsewhere. You know what I mean? So tonight game will, pretty much let us know what the Lions' fate is going to be,
You
as
know
far as
what?
trying to even make a wild card spot, Q.
Yeah, we make wild card. We could probably make wild card. I mean, right
Yeah, we
now,
would have to win out, man. We still got some tough games remaining. We still got Pittsburgh left on the schedule. We got tonight's game with Dallas. I
The
believe
Rams.
we got Rams next week.
we got one more game with Minnesota, who actually, opened up and showed the league how to stop our offense. We got one more game with
But
them.
we'll get them. We'll get
Number
them
one,
because they ain't doing nothing right now.
that's the Chicago Bears right now.
We got Chicago last game.
Yeah, last game of the season.
We got to play. We got to play Dallas, Rams, Pittsburgh, Minnesota, and Chicago.
Yeah.
That's our
So
next game.
listen. So we have to be able to win out to even make a wild card spot. We got teams like who's one ahead of us in a wild card spot. Let me see. You still got. Hold on. I don't want to make no mistakes. Let me pull the schedule up. Do you have the schedule up, Q? NFC,
Yeah.
as far as the spotting?
Or you talking about the standings? Well, the standings.
As far as that. So give me the standings because
we in third place.
You said we in third place. No, I'm talking about NFC as far as wild card. We on the outside looking in.
Right, we on the outside looking. We trying to get in. We in a run.
Right. So that's what I mean. So who's ahead of us in the wild card spot? Give me that stat real quick.
Green Bay.
No, you got you got Green Bay. You have the Eagles.
Chicago number.
Okay, So and I forgot Chicago's number one. So you got Green Bay. Well, Eagles are, I believe, they're on top of their division. You had a tired ass Cowboy fan said predictions on the game tonight. Who wins and how? Okay, well, he's asking you guys that question. Give you guys predictions on the win, on who wins and how. I'm still going to go with the Lions. I'm still a diehard fan, and we're struggling, but I believe we're at home. We'll be able to pull tonight's game out. It's going to be a tough one with all the key injuries coming in tonight's game.
I think them
you
boys
guys want to go ahead and give your prediction. 8 Mile 313 said Dan is killing us with the fourth downs. Yeah, I agree. We should have beat the Eagles, field goals and field positions, win games. Ask Jim Harbaugh and the Wolverines play chess, not checkers. Dan, I agree with you 100%. 8 Mile 313. But go ahead and you guys give your prediction on tonight's matchup. And let me go back to his question. This was a tired ass Cowboy fan. He wanted to know you guys' predictions on tonight's game, who wins and how.
Of course, we want the Lions to win. I feel like we got enough talent. I told Q this the other day. I said that it's a safety blanket for Goff having St. Brown out there, and they showed it once St. Brown went out. They had to go to J-Mo and they went to Tesla, and they both had touchdowns. I feel like Quincy just said, if they get Tesla activated, because this needed to happen anyway, because they the future. You understand what I'm saying? If he get J-Mo activated and Tesla activated.
Tesla had a pretty decent game last week. You got to remember, he caught a touchdown last week.
He had a touchdown. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to explain to you how I feel to this the guy you saying asked the question, how the Lions is going to win.
Go ahead.
This how we'll win with the talent that we do have. I mean, it's not over. It seemed bad, but it's not as bad as it seemed. I'm just going to say that. We still got talent to do it. And don't forget, we got the two best, one of the double threats in the league with, those two running backs we got. So, I think our offense still going to be all right. The point is, we got a good quarterback in Jared Goff when he's not being pressured. That's what we speaking on right now. The offensive line is hurt. Jared Goff is gonna have to get that ball out his hands very quickly tonight. Yeah.
All right. Well, give me your prediction and give me the score.
I'm predicting if the Lions win, it's gonna be a close game because Dallas need a win too. They one game behind us. Like they record gonna be our record if they win tonight. You understand what I'm saying?
Because I believe we're coming in at 7-5 to tonight's game.
And I think they like 6-5 or 6-4. Yeah, so I think. Say it one more time.
No, I said we're coming in tonight's game. I believe 7-5.
Yeah, that's the record. Yeah. So with that record, I think their record is 6-4. So
6-5.
They 6-5 and one because they got a tie. So I believe they hungry. Yeah. So they in the same race we in. They trying to fight for a wild card spot. So that's really what this about. Yeah. They fighting for. We both fighting for wild card spots. I know what's going on, but we still can win. It ain't over with for the Lions. It's gonna be a close game. If the Lions can pull it off and Jared Goff start getting these passes off quick to Montgomery, because Montgomery gonna have to be a key part in it. We ain't heard from him, and we know he can catch and run. I ain't looking for him to come up the middle. I'm looking for him to be almost like a tight end now.
Right. And tired ass Cowboy fan said he's going to be under immense pressure tonight. Hope y'all know that. Out of the two back games, Gibbs is the only one I'm worried about. Tesla is good. Y'all right. I told someone some more fans about him earlier. You got to excuse me, I don't have my glasses on either. But yeah, that's what tired ass Cowboy fan said. Q, give me your prediction and give me the score. Tonight's score on this game.
Man, tonight's score. A whole lot to nothing. I don't know, man. Let's say 27-19.
Okay. All right. And I think we even through the struggle, I think we've still putting up pretty decent numbers offensively. It's just our defense has been giving up a lot. I'm not too far off of that score. I'll say 24. I'll say 24-17 Detroit coming in tonight's game. But it's going to be tough, man. Like I said, we have a lot of key injuries. It's all going to depend on if St. Brown is in there, and depending on what DBs we got. Oh, I forgot. What's his name? I believe Terry and Arnold may be out. So we're without another DB. Tired ass Cowboy fan said, if y'all hold us to 19 with that banged up secondary, y'all winning the Super Bowl. Man, that's saying a lot. We can't even win our division, let alone win the Super Bowl. So, it's going to be a hard task, but we may be able to gel at the end of the season if we get a lot of key players back. So Big Ken, give me your last thoughts, give me your last words on tonight's matchup, and let everybody know what you got going on and where they can reach you.
Okay, I like what tired ass Cowboy fan had to say. He on something. I feel like the Lions, we gonna be all right, man. We still the team. A lot of people picked the Lions to go to the Super Bowl. So he said he not far off from that. We just got a lot of key players hurt. Dallas is, if they can fight their way back, we can definitely fight our way back. Even with, you have to understand, the Lions last year had a better team because it was our defense. It's our defense and offense that's hurt. But I believe, y'all heard me say, if Montgomery have a good game and Gibbs, we're gonna be all right. They can win it by themselves. They can win it by themselves.
So my question to you then, Big Ken, and I'll ask you that same question. Do you think we can go to the Super Bowl as a wild card?
Yeah, it's been done. Yeah.
Okay. And that's saying a lot, man. Especially You know, and I understand what you're saying. If we get most of the players, because we got a lot of players that's out, but that's due to come back towards the end of the season. Tired ass Cowboy fans say, y'all better not come out with that heavy man coverage, though. It'll get ugly. It'll get ugly fast. It will, man. You know, for the
Oh
most
yeah, I
part,
ain't
we
say
were able to man
this.
up,
We need
when we had a full, load of DBs back there. But we're going to have to be in some type of zone with with a lot of our DBs being out. Q, I'll leave that one up to you. What do you think about what type of coverage we're going to play with Dallas tonight, with our secondary being injury riddled?
Man to man.
Okay.
What we gonna do?
So,
Man up. Man them up. I don't even gonna use too much zone. Not for that.
And you think we can win the Super Bowl as a wild card if we make a wild card?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, we a Super Bowl team.
Right.
We is.
We just beat up.
If we end up somehow the football gods give us Kurt Joseph back, man, you can forget.
Which
you got to
due to come
understand.
back this game or probably next week's game.
Yeah, if we get Kirby back there, man, you already know what time it is. Then people they ain't gonna be throwing all crazy. You understand what we dealing with right now? We got a lot of our DBs back there, they tired and they really replacing starters. So, it's gonna be they putting all they tall wide receivers back there, and you see what happened to your boy last week. So
yeah, 8 Mile 313 Q said they too banged up to run a man defense, and I kind of agree with that. We may have to run some type of zone.
I'll be shocked.
Yeah,
but can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Who go check CD Lamb?
Yeah, all night.
Hey, who go check Pickens? I want to know that.
Night.
I want who go check.
It's probably gonna have to be Brian Branch on CD Lamb.
Who gonna check?
Because if I'm not mistaken, I have to go back and look. If I'm not mistaken, Terry Arnold, he might have had season ending surgery.
Who? Yes, he out of there.
One of our top cornerbacks, I believe, and I don't want to say this verbatim. I believe Terry and Arnold.
Next year, we'll see.
You like I said, man.
BB might not play tonight.
Yeah, BB don't play tonight. It's gonna be bad.
I just told y'all
because who gonna check that boy? He looking for the Dallas looking to do us in anyway. So we gonna have. I just think that the Lions gonna have to yoke together, man. This next man up with us. We ain't really crying about nothing. It's just obvious what's going on. We banged up.
See, and we got another. See, and I think meaning that we banged up front, it's going to start with our 5 front, man. We're going to have to get a lot of pressure from Hutchinson, and we're going to have to get a lot of pressure from Muhammad, on them ends. 8 Mile 313 said
gonna have to go crazy tonight.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Arnold is out.
Hutch gonna have to go crazy.
Yeah, I was right. Terry Arnold is the one who had season ending surgery, so he's done for the season. Tired ass Cowboy fan said Branch banged up too. Yeah, he is a lot banged up. He was banged up. He's been banged up all season. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with y'all because it looks like I can fuck with y'all. Ain't nobody checking in CD Lamb or GP one-on-one all night. Yeah, we're gonna have to play some type of zone, man. And I want that entire ass Cowboy fan. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, please make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. It helps this content get out. It helps us get into the YouTube algorithm. But yeah, man, we're gonna have to play some type of zone. It's gonna be hard. You got CD on that on one end, and then you get GP on the other end. It's gonna be tight, Q, but we're gonna have to play some type of zone, and it's gonna start with our 5 front, Hudson and Muhammad, and Campbell. They're gonna have to get some pressure, and our linebackers to that quarterback, because we have not the last 2-3 weeks have not really been getting that much pressure to any of these quarterbacks. We did not sack Jordan Love not even once last week, I believe.
Meaning touching. Yeah, man.
At all. So that's what we're gonna have to do, man. Look, so I don't want to go ahead. All right, well, Q, give everybody your last words and and let everybody know where they can reach you.
Last word tonight is let's go Lions. Let's go Lions. Let's pray for them and come out with the victory, man.
Okay, yeah, and I'll get my last words and my last thoughts. And I want to thank 8 Mile 313 for his comments. And I also want to thank tired ass Cowboy fan for his comments. It's going to be a tough I just want to see a tough contested game tonight, which I think it'll be. I want to see this offensive line to be able to hold Jared Goff upright. You know what I mean? Because if not, it's going to be a long night, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, Minnesota kind of opened up and showed the playbook on how to slow this offensive down. So hopefully, with the play calling, we'll be able to mix it up. We'll be able to do a lot of play action, and then we'll run. Seeing if y'all notice, we've been running Jared Goff a lot out of the shotgun to prevent all this blitzing and stuff, and they still been able to get pressure to him. So I need for you guys to, watch that. We've been running out a lot of the shotgun, and they still been able to get pressure to him. So we're going to have to probably have Montgomery in the backfield a lot to be able to pick up these blitzes. We definitely need Gibbs out there, a lot to be able to break. Keep these teams honest and break plays open, and we need him to be able to do his thing downfield. So I don't have anything else to say about tonight's game, but it's going to be a tough game. We definitely need this game to be able to stay in the wild card hunt. If you guys got anything else to add, go ahead. If not, I'm gonna end the show.
I want to see the Lions pull this one off, man, tonight. I think this we at the crib. That means a lot. That the energy gonna be there tonight, so they gonna have the energy. Everybody at the crib right now, we going crazy. Win, lose, or draw, we want this game bad. I think if we don't get this one, it's gonna be tough from here on out. You know what I'm saying? The Lions, I'm gonna say this: the Lions had the worst schedule in the league. We had the toughest schedule in the league this year. Can't nobody compare to our schedule. We don't have to face all dogs. Except maybe
why
one
does
or
it seem
two.
like we still fighting against these goddamn referees, man? We have not been getting the calls that we deserve, whether it's at home or on the road. That's another question that needs to be answered, because I watched a few shows myself, and they were talking about the horrible calls that we've been getting from the referees. You know what I mean? So they need to
I
clean
don't
that
know.
shit up
Maybe they
too.
don't like the celebration. We celebrate harder than anybody in the league. So,
Yeah.
I don't know, it could be personal.
Yep. So
Like
we're gonna
every
go ahead
time.
and we're gonna have to make a statement tonight with tonight's win, man. We're gonna have to get in Dallas ass. We need to make this a statement game for the rest of the NFC and then for the rest of the league, going out. Hopefully we'll start getting players back, that'll be able to contribute, to the rest to the rest of the season that we do have, so hopefully we'll be able to win out and make this wild card, man, because if not, to me, it's Super Bowl or bust, and that's it. It's been pretty much like that for the last few seasons, and a lot of people think our window has closed up. A lot of people think we should have won the Super Bowl that year that we lost to San Francisco. So the window is kind of closing up. So I say it's this year or next year, before we start losing, a lot of these key players that Londale 8 Mile 313 mentioned, because we have to resign, 3 of our top players this upcoming off season.
Well, we don't
So
sign everybody.
One,
I think we don't sign pretty much. I think we don't sign everybody except 1 or 2 people. They like that's really what happened, because they should have signed somebody when they could have, but they was trying to save the money to keep the people that they got. Only person that they worried about that I'm worried about them signing is Jameer Gibbs. That's it.
Well,
Everybody
they're
else,
gonna sign him, no doubt.
yeah,
But
but I
that
don't
may
know.
leave that may leave somebody on the outside, like on the outside looking in, may not be able to sign multiple players to to big contracts, but we'll adjust that in the off season. But look, first and foremost, we have to get tonight's win to be able to go forward. You know what I mean? So I think our schedule, we pretty much had a rough second half schedule, but if we're able to win out, I think we will be able to get that wild card spot. You know what I mean? That wild card spot. We won't be able to make we won't be able to win our division, but we can make that you know, that 7th or 8th wild card spot. You know, so look, I don't want to hold you guys any longer. It's definitely been a good conversation with you guys tonight, you know, leading up to tonight's game. I think I'm probably going to go live, so you guys are definitely welcome, you know, to come in, and so are you, 8 Mile 313, you know, so you guys, if anyone want to come in, put your DM in the comments, or DM me and put it in that way. That way I'll be able to bring you guys in. But, you know, it's been another one. It's your boy Dame D, and we are out.
Peace. No, live on Facebook.